Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Jo number AST-21346WH. This is a white powder-coated security strike. Weighs well over 1 pound. It's a very heavy piece of steel. And it is made of steel. And it is powder-coated white. Okay, now, double hole version that's going to accommodate 6.5-inch centers, 18-inch by 1.75 inches, and is in a white finish. This will also be available in the BP finish for brass plated, SL finish for silver coated, and then of course the WH. Now the AST-21346, that means dimensionally that it's 18-inch tall. They say that it's 1.75 inches, but that's not the width of the item. What they're really saying is that this would be appropriate for an 1.75-inch door. Okay, overall is about 2.25. Has the preparations in it for the latch and deadbolt strike. 1.75 inches tall by 3/4 inch wide. This is going to be available in a strike version that is for an 1 3/8 version, which would be about 1 7/8 overall width. It's going to be available in a 12-inch version as well. Now, 6-inch centers, it's really going to be something compatible with 5.5-inch or 6-inch centers. So if we went from about the center line of the top hole to about the center line of the bottom hole, that's 6-inch. But you can kind of see there that you're going to be able to accommodate, you know, if you were at 5.5-inch centers as well, you're going to be able to make that work just dandy. They're going to have this in a double hole version for 3 5/8 and for 4-inch centers. And where I'm picking all this information up is in the link below this video to the manufacturer's page. Pardon me. The link below this video is a document called Product Brochure. That will allow you to review this AST-21346 and all of its sister products. And that is, quite frankly, the handy way to find part numbers, or it's the most expedient way to find other part numbers, and then you can populate that into the website. Okay, it's a very thick piece of steel. They say that it's 13 gauge or 95 thousandths of an inch. Let's test that with the caliper. Oh, indeed, it's 0.097, 0.097. It's probably just the coating of paint on there, the difference. So it's very thick. Like I said, it weighs, if I've not said it, it weighs 1.14 pound. It does so with its screw package. You're going to get 4 long screws and 2 short screws. Now, the long screws are 3-inch long, and they're probably a number 10. The short screws are a number 12, and they're 1-inch long. Now, if you study where the holes are, you've got 4 here, and you've got 2 here. The 2 have larger countersinks, and that's because that's for the short screws. Why 4 out here? Well, this is towards the center of the frame, and the logic is that behind that area is where you ought to find a stud. So you're going to want to use those long screws into these 4 holes. You are absolutely going to want to pre-drill the holes exactly correct. You don't want to dare split or further damaging something if you're using this in a repair sort of application. You want like a 12-inch length jobber's style drill bit, just so that you can drill through and get all the way deep into the stud for both of the holes and secure that as best as possible. You're going to want to be real careful when you're tightening these long ones down. You don't want to over tighten it, because you'll draw that frame against the stud. Those are very long screws, and there's, probably in typical wood construction, there would be shims behind the jamb, and you just don't want to crush that in. Bring it so it's tight. Maintain a straight edge on the frame so that you can make sure you're not deflecting the frame whatsoever, because you don't want to increase the gap between the jamb and the edge of the door. That's where you would compromise security as well. So just tight enough so that it's absolutely secure but not overly tight. Then the short screws are probably just going to hit the 3/4 inch jamb material if that's what it is there that you have. Okay. Now the surface mount is a typical way to install this. If it's new construction, you'd probably want to mortise that, at least I would. And then taking it a step further, if it's new construction, I've had people that have gone to great lengths to significantly reinforce a frame. I've had people take sheet metal of relatively thick gauge and line the back side of the jamb with it as well during the installation process, because it's really the frame that's going to just completely spread and break away if it's attacked. If the lock doesn't break or if the door doesn't break, the frame is generally a weak point as well, because you've got a lot of mortising that's been done for strike plates, you've got drilling that's been done, so there's less wood there, is the concept with the frame being reinforced like this. If you have any questions on reinforcing a wood frame before or after installation, feel free to reach out to us. I've done a variety of things to help increase the impact resistance or the failure point of a wood frame. Now, in addition to that link to the product brochure below this video, there's a link to a document called Template that's going to give you all of the important dimensional properties that I've not mentioned, particularly the location of the screw holes are referred to. Then finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page. That link is very helpful because it will allow you to review all the Donjo items that we sell, but that's a rather inefficient way to find other Donjo items because it's just an alphanumeric sorting of all the items. What is helpful is the link to the product catalog, but more helpful than that are the links to the subsections of the product catalog, where you can pull up just the strike plate section, or just the wraparound plate, or just the latch protector section, and view those categories on their own. Also, there's a link to the manufacturer's website, which is a handy link as well. Donjo is synonymous with trim and auxiliary hardware, and you can see all the subsections there on the manufacturer's page, but it's really their door reinforcing wraparound plates and their latch protectors that Donjo is most widely known for. If you have any questions on the Donjo, AST-21346 WH Security Strike 18-inch for 5.5 or 6-inch centers, or any other Donjo product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.